And make sure your eyes are closed. You want to be able to feel this. We rely too much on our senses. And you want to start developing like a bodily intuition or a sense of where you are and and how the knife feels on the body. Moving down to the legs and the thighs. Good, guys. You can switch hands, but I do want you to start from the top again with eyes closed and just see if the dexterity in one hand is different than the other. We're going to try and close that gap so they're both as good as each other. And you definitely don't have to spend as much time as we did with the other one, but we're going to try and aim to make it the same amount of training time for both. And always do a check as you're working with the knife. Make sure that you're feeling grounded, you're not being tense, you're still breathing. You want the movements to be nice and smooth. So if your eyes are closed, I've just moved from my arms, now I'm progressing to my torso, just so you get your timing. Make sure you cover the whole body. But you can always do it at your own pace. And I'm moving down to my legs and my pelvis. Good, guys. You can shake yourselves up, open up your eyes. Pretty simple drill for some of you guys. Now we're going to progress. If you guys are wearing socks, you might want to remove them. I'm sure you can do the drill with the socks. But I like to treat the hands the same way I treat the legs. So I just got the knife or the spatula or whatever tool you have. And I'm just putting it in my foot. And the only problem with the legs is it's hard to cross to the upper body. So we're going to be doing the same tracing exercise. If you can, you can be seated. It might give you some more range, or you can be standing. But you're going to just start to trace as well as you can your other leg, just to get a sense of how much dexterity it actually needed in your arms to be doing that movement. And to start developing the same dexterity and sensitivity in your legs. They can be used the same. Make sure you're breathing. And remember, you want to get the outside of the leg too. So you're going to have to reach behind and over. If you are seated, you can probably trace the arms as well. But if you're standing, you can just work on the one leg. Good, guys, I'm going to switch. you want your eyes closed for this exercise. You want to be able to feel rather than see the movement. Inhaling and exhaling, being as relaxed as possible, but maintaining your balance. You want to get every single part of your leg if you can. You'll notice some areas are almost impossible to get, but that'll challenge your flexibility a bit. Okay, excellent guys, you can shake out your legs. We're going to continue this from the ground a little bit. So every time you trace your body, you're building dexterity with one arm, but you're also building the sensation in these parts. It's important that we stimulate all the square inches of our body because it does help us develop our brain, and because those areas in our brain are linked with motor areas, our movements become a little bit better. So this exercise is just simple passing. So I have my arms and legs. I'm going to try and move back so you can see me. With my eyes closed, just tracing. And then when I get to a place, I can pass the knife off and trace a little bit more and pass. And I want to be able to almost like a juggler, the transition is so smooth. I want to be able to just feel when the time is right to pass something and bringing it up again, so that my transitions are very smooth and that you almost don't notice that there's a pause. I do have to go slow for my feet, they're not as developed, but eventually I want to get them as fast as the rest of my body. So you're going to start to pass the knife around. Once you get a good comfort with that, you can start doing it with movement. And with your movement and eyes closed, you start to pass. But first do it just seated. Get the feeling. And I'm just going to check in on you guys. We're just playing with the idea that the feet and hands can be equal. And I think if you don't limit what your hands and feet can do, it just opens up your skills so much broader. And now start to incorporate some movement. You guys are looking very comfortable. I want you to start moving on the ground and start passing and tracing yourself, passing the knife, but tracing your body too while you're moving. Your breathing should be there, inhaling and exhaling, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And if you want to improve an area, slow everything down to the lowest common denominator. So my feet are the slowest for the transition. I want everything to be the same pace as that transition. Because if someone is watching me, I don't want them to notice the transition. Imagine a game of keep away where now you have 4 points where you can pass the knife and you can keep it away from someone who's trying to take it from you. Excellent, guys. You can come back up to sitting. Try and regain your breath. If you've noticed you've been holding your breath, as long as you're aware of it, you'll start to incorporate it when you are moving. So get your breath back. So it's important those transitions are smooth for being very stealthy with the knife. You want it to be as natural as possible. And that's for anything that you want to make a transition with in movements, like for sports or in Sistema, we kind of hide the knife and we want to pull it out in such a way that it doesn't disturb anybody. Now we're going to start moving on the ground, but imagine you didn't want to put any fingerprints or touch the knife. You just need it to rest on parts of your body. And you're going to move very slowly. I'll move back so you can see. And you're just going to kind of pass it from body part to body part. And see if you can transition nice and smoothly from leg to arms. And sometimes you will have to pick it up to put it somewhere again. You're just going to start passing it without gripping. So you don't have your toes, you don't have your fingers. You're just putting it on body parts. And you're going to try and find ways that your body can move like your hands and feet. I hope that was clear for you guys. If you want, I'll demo again. And the knife ends up getting hidden because my body is holding it rather than my hands. Oftentimes you guys will miss the back a little bit. I do want you to find a way to get the knife on your back. And remember, you're probably going to drop it a few times. That's fine as well. Just want to explore areas that you normally don't explore. And remember, if your eyes are open, it's better if you feel your way through this rather than looking. So try with your eyes closed as well. You're going to need to really sense the weight and the balance of the knife. And just find how can you turn your body to act like a wedge and shift it from one body part to the other. Excellent, guys. Good, you can come around. Make sure your breathing is restored. Challenging exercise, but now you're starting to sensitize how the body can start to work and play with the knife a little bit. So now we're gonna have a little bit, I guess this is more of a play. This is more of the idea of play. So it's not very serious work, but fun. I want to start to move the knife on my body and slowly shift it down. So there's ways you can do it where it's very slow and you're kind of slowly walking the knife, or you can start to find ways you can throw the knife. And you want to find ways without your hands, with your body, to maybe do like an explosive movement to get the knife down. So you have two ways. You can kind of slowly move the knife down your body, all the way down to your feet. Or you can do something more explosive. I'm going to be giving you 5 minutes to do it. So you, whatever your comfort is with your body, if you have some injuries, you want to go slower, that's fine. But you're going to be moving the knife down to your feet. If you can, move it back up to your neck. And try, guys, if eyes closed, if you can. So if you have your blindfolds on, that's good too. If you happen to drop the knife, try picking it up with different areas that you normally don't. So if you normally grab with your hands, try with your feet, your elbows, your knees pinching together. So try and pick up the knife in different ways, different than what you normally would go for. Make sure as you're moving, you're still breathing. Your focus is on moving the knife with the body, but also you need to be relaxed and breathing. If you'd like, you can try from the back too. So you can put the knife somewhere on your upper back and you can start to move it down towards the legs. Same idea, but we're sensitizing the back a little bit. And in fact, it's sometimes easier. Excellent, guys. Come up to sitting. You can kind of shake yourselves out. Sometimes spending too much time in that can be really intense because the focus on the body sensations can be really intense. So kind of give yourself a break, do a little bit of breathing now. We're going to move into just a little bit of different work. I know it's so easy to think of the knife as a dangerous tool, but I'm just trying to think of transitions. You're going to put the knife somewhere on your body. You can usually in your pants, you can put it in your pocket. If you don't have pockets, you can put it in your shirt, wherever you feel comfortable. And you just want to start to move. You can be on the ground and start to move, but when you find a way that you can touch the knife and take it out, it should be part of the movement. It should be, it shouldn't look like you're reaching for the knife. So you have to be patient and wait for the right timing. But as I'm moving, and the knife gets pulled out, but it was part of the whole movement. And then you put it back the same way too. Imagine you pulled it out at the wrong time, but you don't want anyone to notice that you pulled it out. Put it back the same way, nice and smooth. So for a little bit, you're just paying attention to the transition. It should look like part of the whole movement. And eyes closed, preferably, so you can feel this. Remember, you still have your feet, so if you do want to transition and pass it to one hand to the other or to your feet, that's still good too. sure the breathing is still there. Even though you're using a lot of brain power, your eyes are closed, you're breathing as relaxed as possible. The knife shouldn't bring you tension because it's so easy to detect once you start getting tense to reach for it. Excellent, guys. Wherever you are, put the knife on you, keep your eyes closed, and at your own pace, start to do some push-ups, some squats, body raises, leg raises, just to start to feel good. Remember, you want to be as smooth as possible. So don't let the knife on your body or in your hand, if you need to hold it in your hand, don't let that burden your movement. And you can do as many as you like. I'm thinking quality is better than quantity. So just do a few rounds, whatever you like. Push-ups, body raises, squats, leg raises. And the breathing should be there as well. Now, once in a while, as part of your push-up, body raise, squat, you just take the knife or spatula out, put it somewhere else on your body, or you can keep it in your hand, but you don't want it to look like you have something out, like you're just holding it really casually. So now making a transition through your body raises, push-up, squats. Once in a while, you start to take this out, put it back. Keep everything nice and smooth so it doesn't change your exercises. You have a baseline that your push-ups, body raises, and squats are nice and relaxed. Excellent, guys. You can come up to sitting. If you need to, you can take off your blindfolds. I'm going to unmute you guys and just anything that you saw or liked for yourself or any feedback that you had. You guys feeling okay?
Right.
Good. I know this work is it's very challenging because you have to go so much inside your body. But we're going to be working with the knife again on Thursday with a manual. So keep your training knives, and if you had blindfolds, keep them on you. We're going to continue this work probably throughout the week. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys have a great day.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. It was great.
Thanks, Mike. Bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mike.